Tori. We are the co-creators of Gay Man Thriving, and together at Gay Man Thriving, we help gay men master their love lives. So we wanted to come on and just share quickly about what we really see as gay dating in 2025. And as gay dating and relationship experts, we wanted to come share how you can start creating more of what you're truly wanting when it comes to love and dating. We really want more people out there to have what we have and what we share. And if you're joining us live or catching the replay, please say hi down in the comments below. We love engaging with you men as we make these videos.
Yeah, I'm so excited about 2025. I don't think I know 2025 is going to be the year of love and romance for so many of you who are ready to experience the kind of rich, passionate, satisfying, romantic partnership that you've probably dreamed of in the past, maybe you're dreaming of now. And maybe sometimes after you've tried really hard, you've done so many things and didn't get the relationship you wanted, maybe you've thought, maybe this isn't possible, maybe that would be too good to be true. And we want to encourage you and inspire you and help you believe that it is not impossible. You can have the most incredible, rich, satisfying, fulfilling, romantic partnership with a man that you feel like you won the jackpot, like you won the lottery. You love this man so much and he loves you so much. And we want to talk to you about how you can create that for yourself in 2025.
Yes. Hi, Ruben. Hi, Paul. Hi, Gordon. Hello, men. Yeah, and for those of you watching, type me in the comments below if you have felt like gay dating is challenging. Type me in the comments if you feel like you've really struggled to put yourself out there to make meaningful connections. Type me in the comments if you feel like gay dating is frustrating and hard. And if you typed me in the comments, I want you to know that you are not alone. There are so many challenges gay men face when it comes to dating and relationships in modern times. We are faced with just a wide array of barriers and challenges and obstacles. I mean, when we think about it, just right off the bat, gay men make up a small percentage of the population, so there's this very accurate perception of there being a limited dating pool. And when you feel like there's limited options, that makes you really feel discouraged. There's also so many different men at different stages of coming out. So many men at different stages of self-acceptance. Remember what it was like for you when you were first coming out of the closet, first experimenting for the first time? A long-term relationship probably was the last thing on your mind. You were just wanting to experience gay sex that had been built up in your mind, all that sexual frustration and tension. There's so many gay men at different stages of coming out and self-acceptance, and some never grow out of this stage. There's so many guys that are looking for different things, and it's really hard when you see on all the dating apps people saying one thing but really wanting another, feeling like there's so few options out there. It's really hard, and it's really understandable why so many gay men put themselves out there, feel discouraged, and then think the only option is to give up.
Yeah, and like Zach said, there are so many obstacles and there are so many reasons why gay men are more likely to be single and grow old single without a social support system compared to straight men, straight women, and lesbians. And the research on this is really strong. And so one thing that I think is so important is to have a lot of compassion for yourself.
Yes.
Have a lot of love and compassion for yourself. Like if you're watching this video, I know without a shadow of a doubt that you are a kind, loving, incredible man. I know you have so much to offer. I know you're so internally powerful and capable of so many wonderful and amazing things. And so when I'm working with people, I love to start with self-love and self-compassion and acknowledging and also being accepting of where you are right now. It's so important to not resist the challenges. It's definitely important to not beat yourself up. But first, we want you to know that where you are right now, you're in a great place. You have more wisdom, you have more experience than you've ever had, ever in your life. And it really starts with deciding you are worth having what you want,
Yes.
and that it is a priority for you to create and have what you want, and that having that relationship is worth it. Because it's, unless you're, yeah, it's, we'll just say it. If it's probably not just going to fall in your lap if you're doing exactly what you're doing now.
Right.
There are shifts in your energy, there are shifts in your mindset and your approach that you can make that will allow you to have different results than you've ever had before. And that's what we're here to, that's what we help gay men do, is we help them master the art of energetic attraction and become an energetic magnet everywhere they go to fun, rich, uplifting experiences, not just romantically, but when guys go through our systems and trainings and they embody a higher level of energetic attraction, they even find things like the coffee barista at Starbucks. It's like, oh my gosh, your energy is amazing. Like, people are drawn to you more when you're just your authentic, kind, natural, loving self.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing, honey.
Well,
So beautifully said. And yes, it's all about, first and foremost, being kind and compassionate with yourself and really honoring yourself for where you are on your journey. If we let ourselves get bogged down by all the challenges and all the barriers that we perceive out there, and that's what we focus on, we attract more of that energy and we end up just feeling discouraged and wanting to give up. But what I want to really invite you to be thinking about is the fact that when you open yourself up to elevating your energy and optimizing your strategy and approach, you're really setting yourself up for a different result. And that's at the core of what we teach here at Gay Man Thriving in our energetic attraction coaching program, is helping you get underneath the fear of rejection, the fear of judgment, all of the things that you experience. You've had a lifetime of experiences to shape the way you see yourself in the world, and there's probably some big fears that are buried underneath the surface that, until they're released and worked through, will continue following you wherever you go. And what we really want to speak to is how important it is to not only be kind and generous with yourself, but to really open yourself up to really focusing on what you truly desire, what you really want, and really opening yourself up to how you can create that. When we focus on what we want, we energetically open ourselves up to creating the pathway to creating that outcome. This is something that I've experienced in my personal life, Andrew has experienced in his, something we're still working on today, because we all have a negativity bias, right? It's really easy to focus on the things that we don't like and what's going wrong and what's not working out. But when we can choose to shift our focus on what we do want and how we want to feel, we can start aligning ourselves with creating more of what we want. And in energetic attraction coaching, we help our clients really get underneath that past programming that makes you question your worth, that makes you feel discouraged, the very thing that causes you to overthink and second guess yourself or try to be perfect and overcompensate when you meet a guy that you really like. Because this is the self-sabotaging behavior that's probably keeping you in the same patterns. Because there are really great guys out there. And the mistake so many gay men make is when they meet a guy they really like, they put him on a pedestal, and then they think they have to do and say all the right things because they're telling themselves, this guy is 1 in a million. I've got to make this work. And so we go into this really kind of desperate people-pleasing energy that, if he's a secure, confident gay man, is going to be really repelled as he sees you overcompensating and trying so hard. Without realizing it, you're energetically pushing the really great guys away because you're overthinking and you're trying too hard. You're trying to make yourself overly available, trying to be perfect, trying to say and do all the right things, instead of what he really wants, which is to see you be your authentic self. He's not looking for someone to take care of him. This caregiver energy is going to push the secure guys away, but when you can trust in your worth and your value, when you know how to confidently express what you want, what you need, what you're looking for, and what you desire, this is going to help really set the stage to see if there is possibility for a connection and a spark and that magnetic energy that just pulls people together. But if you're engaging in this very common caregiver energy, that overthinking, overcompensating, trying too hard, if the guy has more of a selfish nature, if he's more of a taker, more on the narcissistic side of the spectrum, you're going to really activate that energy within him. And he's going to see you as a really great guy that he can really benefit from. And it creates this transactional nature that really sets the stage for codependent, one-sided relationships. And so if you find yourself in connections where you're giving more than you're receiving, it's not because you haven't met the right guy. It's because of this energetic dynamic that is really activating either a repelling energy within secure gaming that would be great for you, or activating a taker energy in those who are a little bit more selfish. And you're just going to keep giving and giving and giving. They keep taking and taking and taking, and it's never going to be sustainable. What we want to help you understand is that this doesn't make you bad or broken. It's about helping you get underneath what's causing you to doubt yourself, what's causing you to feel like you have to overcompensate, because that's what's really getting in the way. More than how you look, more than how much money you make, more than where you live. Those are all factors in connection, but the most important is how people feel when they're with you. And if they see you trying so hard, bending over backwards, you're teaching them to take you for granted. And what we want to really help you do is break this pattern so that you can create the reciprocal, healthy, loving, balanced connections built on mutual respect, mutual admiration, and mutual love, where getting together and being together is a get to. And this is something that we've had to really work on in our personal relationship. We've spoken a lot about the codependency that we had to break through. Andrew had more caregiver energy. It activated my taker energy. And for a long time, I took this beautiful man for granted. And it wasn't until I saw him really prioritizing himself and standing up for himself and seeing him really love and honor himself, that's when I saw that, wow, like, he's not stuck with me. I could lose this relationship. And it really gave me an opportunity to realize, like, I needed to change my behaviors and rise to the occasion to meet him in a balanced reciprocal relationship. What we want to help you guys do is avoid all of that heartache and that turbulence that happens when we form codependent relationships, and instead help you create the healthy, thriving connections that you're craving. I'll pause there.
Whew, wow.
We're passionate about this work, if you can't tell.
Yeah, I'm just like, Zach just said so many amazing things. Like, you just said so many amazing things. And it brought tears to my eyes too. Because I know what Zach has gone through. I know what I have gone through. For Zach to be able to share those words from an embodied place. Whew, wow. And like, honestly, I had many, many moments, I had many times where I didn't know if Zach and I would be able to get to where we are today.
Right.
Many moments, many times. And I had to be willing for that to not happen. I had to be willing to change while being married to my husband and seeing and understanding that I am not going to settle for these relationship dynamics for the way that they are ongoing. Like, I'm not. This is not, I've been in the place of this is no longer the relationship that I dreamed of. It did not pan out the way I thought it would.
Right. You thought by giving and providing that I would meet you at that place of generosity, because we're all taught, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you're on such a good point, and I really want to echo this in. We're all taught, treat people the way you want to be treated. And so those of you like Andrew who just, we're all good people. We all have good hearts. There's no good or bad in energy, but we all activate energy within one another. We're energetic beings in the energetic world. And we're all taught that, treat people the way you want to be treated. And so when you really want to be loved and respected and valued and appreciated, you're taught by society to show people this generous energy, to love and to value and to put people on a pedestal and treat them with all the love and gifts and affection that you want in return. You see, if this is coming from a place of lack, if it's not coming from a centered place of wholeness, of knowing that you are enough as you are and you don't need another person, then it's gonna activate that taker energy in other people.
Yeah, and I would say even more. It's like when you're kind to others, you want to be kind to others from a place of a full cup, like where you think you are like the most incredible being that has ever lived because you are, like from a full cup, like have an amazing, like fill your cup up first.
Yes.
We whenever we're working with clients, we help them fill their own cups up first. We help them love their life more than they ever have before, no matter who they're dating or no matter who they're not dating. And where you just feel so solid, so amazing, so radiant, and then it's a joy to be kind to others. And like if you're we like don't be nice to someone if you're wanting something in return.
Right.
That like we would like be it's a high level of mastery, but it's practicing sharing love, sharing kindness without expectations.
Yes.
And
it's so important to understand.
And if you're doing it from a place of expectations, if someone's not as kind back to you or loving back to you, then you're gonna feel hurt, you're gonna feel sad, and then it creates all these not so fun, negative thinking loops in the mind.
Yeah.
But if your cup is so full and you're being generous and you're sharing love, you're sharing compliments, you're doing things without expectations, if someone's kind and nice and returns it back, great, that's awesome. But if they don't, it's no sweat off your back. You're still loving yourself and you're loving your life.
Yes, and that's really a core teaching point that I really want to make sure is landing. It's not about being less kind and less thoughtful and less compassionate to other people. These are things that make us human, and these are parts of what part of the big hearts that you have. But it's not forgetting to treat yourself with that same kindness and that same love and that same respect, because that's where the imbalance happens. When we forget to prioritize our wants, our needs, and our desires in order to please other people, to put others on a pedestal so that they'll want us and like us and love us back, that's what's fueling this energetic dynamic that causes codependency and one-sidedness. But when you are feeling whole and solid and complete, which is at the core of the work we do with our clients, helping you embody your worth and your value, be grounded in what makes you important and unique and special, to be aligned with your core values, to have your standards and requirements really carefully outlined so that you know what you are and aren't available for, and you're not willing to settle or tolerate behaviors that aren't in aligned with your highest good. That's really what has to happen, is that level of embodiment. And then you're giving from a place of a full cup, where if someone's not picking up what you're putting down or isn't reciprocating, it's easy to see maybe that's not a win-win for you. And it doesn't make anybody good or bad, it's just not an energetic match. But you're gonna stop latching on to people who are looking for your generosity, who are looking to take advantage of you. And instead, you'll start aligning yourself with people who are also whole and complete, who aren't looking for a meal ticket or a doormat or someone to take advantage of, but someone to share experiences with. From a whole, solid, complete sense of self, that's where you get to experience relationships as a get to. That's where you get to choose to be together because it feels good, not because you need one another. Early in our relationship, Andrew needed me to need him. And so he overgave and overpleased and put me on a pedestal and really prioritized me and kind of taught me that I could take him for granted and not treat him as well as he deserves. Mm-hmm. And we had to break out of these patterns. And when I saw him prioritizing himself and that he wasn't going to tolerate my shitty behavior back then, that's when it was a big wake-up call for me. And I had to really rise to the occasion to be an energetic match for him at this higher level. And I'm so grateful that you set the boundaries, and that you set the high standards for yourself, and you gave yourself space. It really, was an opportunity for me to decide, do I find someone else that I can take advantage of, or do I learn how to take responsibility for myself and meet Andrew? Because, my lack was fueling my behavior. So we both had a lot of work to do. But this is one example of just how important energy plays in the dynamics of relationships. And this isn't just about romantic relationships. This shows up with everyone that we encounter. When we put someone on a pedestal and we think we need to, do and say all the right things so that they like us, we're engaging in this transactional nature. And instead of being our authentic self, we're trying to fit in. We're trying to be who we think they want us to be. And that's not going to create the dynamic that you're ultimately looking for.
Right, because remember, you want your dream relationship, you're loved for who you are, you're accepted for who you are. You can be yourself, you can be naked and vulnerable in all of the ways. And so this means that if you want a relationship like that, you get to be that as you're dating, as you're going on first dates and second dates. And there's a whole lot of nuances that go into this, because of course we're not saying like go on the first date and just bear everything about yourself.
Right.
There's a level of presence. We both love helping our clients be more present with themselves and present and connected to their own unique expression. And when you can trust that and be that, then you're going to be a magnet to the men that are going to be a wonderful, incredible fit for you long term. And men who are not going to be a wonderful long-term fit for you, you're going to repel them. And that's great.
It is great.
Or you're just not gonna want to continue dating them. It's not gonna feel as fun or expansive. And so we're not secretive about this. Like when we got together, we both had lots of challenges with our energy, and so we've gone through lots of drama, lots of chaos. I don't know any other couples who have been through what we've been through and have worked through it and come out to have like what feels to me like a complete heaven on earth relationship. Like I was just telling Zach today, like I feel like I won the freaking lottery with him. And over again, like pretty much every day, like I feel like I won the lottery in a new way. Like Zach continues to surprise me. He continues to elevate and raise his energy. I continue to elevate and raise my energy. He feels like he won the jackpot to be with me. I feel like I won the jackpot that he chooses me as well. And it's like it feels like we're in an upward spiral together where we both support each other, we both uplift each other, and we might still have moments of friction here and there. And now, if I'm feeling friction or he's feeling friction, we also both know he's responsible for his own peace and joy. I'm responsible for my own peace and joy. He's responsible for elevating his communication. I'm responsible for elevating mine. I'm responsible for giving myself space if I need space.
Yep.
And same for him. And I know if he says he needs space, I need to give him space, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Like we're at such a high level of mastery we've never been at before when it comes to relationships, and we've already had so much success with serving gay men over the years. Even when we were in the midst of some of our deepest challenges, the energetic attraction skills and coaching still worked for so many men. And because it's very scientific, it is so scientific. When you implement and utilize what we teach in energetic attraction coaching, you elevate your consciousness, you elevate your energy, you elevate your ability to be more of your true, most powerful, authentic, loving self, loving towards yourself, loving towards others. Also someone who is able to be so loving, but also able to hold boundaries. A lot of people say when I use words like it's great to be unconditionally loving towards ourselves and others, a lot of people mistake that for not knowing how to set boundaries. That's not true. being unconditionally loving towards other people also means not letting them take advantage of you. It doesn't serve anyone to be taken advantage of. It doesn't serve anyone if you're saying yes when you mean no.
Right.
So, yeah, there's just so much that's possible. And now we're both at a higher energy than we've ever been before, and we're both better coaches than we've ever been before. And so I'm just so excited to see what happens for our clients in 2025 who are showing up with open minds, open hearts, who are ready to welcome in the love, the romance, the passion into their lives that they've really always wanted, but have never been able to fully create in a way that was sustainable and could last for years and years to come.
Yeah. No matter where you live, no matter how old you are or what you look like, these skills, these tools that we teach in energetic attraction coaching are universal, and they can work for you. No matter what you've been through, no matter how much heartache, no matter how much one-sided relationships you've been in the past, all of this is learned behavior. And when you have the right support, when you have someone in your corner who believes in you, to help you check your blind spots, to help you break out of the hamster wheel of these same energetic patterns that you will face again and again and again until you get to the root of this energetic programming. When you learn how to let go and work through those energetic blocks that are keeping you from having this type of self-love and self-respect and self-trust that empowers you to believe in yourself, to feel confident, to be bold and authentic wherever you go, that is going to help you magnetically attract the right people into your world. No matter how many gay men out there are looking for hookups, or looking for sugar daddies, or looking for something different than you, when you are aligned with your worth and you are clear on your goals and desires, there's nothing that can get in your way of having what you truly want. And this is what we teach our clients, and this is what has helped hundreds of gay men who have gone through this foolproof system have achieved. So many of them today are living with their boyfriends, living with their husbands, more fulfilled and connected than they've ever been because they learned how to get out of their own way. They learned how to let energy work for them instead of against them. And now they're experiencing the type of love and connection that Andrew and I share, where I know that this isn't guaranteed. I know that I could lose him, and I know that he could lose me, and I know that we are growing, evolving beings, and I also know that what we have is so sacred and so special and so intimate that every moment with this beautiful man feels like a get to. It's something that I'm grateful for, something that I appreciate because I don't take him for granted anymore. I value and appreciate him because I see how much he values and appreciates himself. And I know that if I don't show up with integrity and with, authenticity and with love and respect, then we're not an energetic match. And that's what makes this spark and this dynamic and this chemistry just hotter and hotter and hotter. This is what makes our sex life keep getting better and better and better, because when it comes to intimacy versus eroticism, I'm just gonna have a small little tangent on this. It's this delicate balance, this dichotomy, because we all want the safety and security of trusting that, I've got this man and he's mine. But if we think we have something, it really kills the desire. And I know that I do not own this free spirit. I do not own this man. And by choosing to see him as a growing, evolving being that I just love so much, I continuously see new layers of this amazing man. And when we practice the communication skills that we also teach in energetic attraction coaching, then we're continuously getting to know each other, because we're not making assumptions, we're not making interpretations, we're not closing ourselves off and letting distance grow between us. We give each other healthy space, but we communicate in such an elevated way where we really respect each other, we really see each other. And I continuously get to know this evolving being, and I'm continuously fascinated by how amazing you are. And I just love you so much. And I'm so grateful for the love and passion that we share, for the balance of the intimacy and the closeness that I can't have with anybody else, because I want this with you, this sacred love that we share, balanced with the newness and the raw, primal eroticism that I get to experience with you as we're continuously exploring each other in new ways and getting to know each other on new levels. There's a newness that we keep rediscovering each other. And that's what makes the sex and the intimacy and the passion so incredibly hot. You can have it all. And when you learn how to master these skills, you can have this too. If this has spoke to you, if you want to break out of the same routines that you find yourself in, if you want to overcome what's stopping you from really having the connection that you're seeking, I encourage you to comment below, send me a message. Let's chat. Let's explore how you can start creating more of what you want when it comes to dating and relationships, because the tools and the skills are out there. You may think, I've tried it all, I've done it all, it's just not for me, but that's not true. If you haven't tried this program, which I'm not aware of anything else in the world that serves gay men in the way that we do, I encourage you to give this a shot, because you are worthy of love. You are worthy of having this magnetic chemistry where every day can feel like the best day ever. We're about to go on a nature walk and hike and have a romantic late lunch date, and I want you to have Sundays like this too.
And I already feel like it's been the best day ever already. And I'm like, and we still have more time to have together.
That's
like,
right.
I feel like I won the lottery, I'm telling you. And I'm going to be even bolder than what Zach said. If you are experiencing anything less than like the wildest, most satisfying, and when I say wild, I mean like in a positive, joyful way. Like, we've experienced the drama and the wild drama, and we're all about helping you not have as much drama as we have gone through in the past. But if you are experiencing anything less than like the most satisfying, enriching, romantic partnership that you could possibly imagine, I strongly encourage and invite you to see how we can help you achieve higher levels of energetic mastery, romantic mastery, because we want you to have the best you could possibly imagine. And then once that's happened, we want you to allow it to get better and better and better, because that's what we're experiencing. Yes. It's already so good. It's been so good for a while now, and it keeps getting better. It keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better.
It does. I love you so much.
I love you so much.
I'm so proud of us.
Aww.
So proud of how far we've come. And it feels so good to help other people create and experience this. I want you to know how good this feels. And I want you to know that you can. If you desire this type of love and connection that is wildly satisfying, that is wildly fulfilling, know that you have to create internal wholeness within yourself first. And once you do, and you learn how to build that with another person.
How do you define internal wholeness?
Internal wholeness is being grounded in your worth, in your value, knowing that you are enough, learning how to be happy as a single gay man, knowing that you don't need anyone or anything to feel whole and complete. That whole Jerry Maguire bullshit was such a disservice to love and dating and relationships, that whole you complete me, because you are whole and complete, and it takes some work to really embody that. And from that place, this gets to be icing on the cake, and it can add to your happiness, add to your fulfillment, add to the quality of life, because I'm so glad that I get to spend every day with my best friend, with my incredibly talented and hot and beautiful and sexy lover, with my husband, with my companion. I'm so grateful that I get to experience moments like these, and you can too. All right, if this was helpful, comment below, send me a message, and let's chat. We're gonna go have the rest of our day together, and wishing you all the best. Bye for now. And stop. How do we stop?